Live from WTVO 17 and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
COVID makes it tough for students to make their higher education choices. Seniors have to get creative while making one of the biggest decisions of their lives.
Poor decisions can often get young people in trouble with the law. A new program focuses on them to get to the root of a Rockford crime problem.
And a Rockford Art Gallery, empty for a couple of months, is ready to spread culture again in the community. Add it to the growing list of attractions forced to adapt. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. Across the state line, teenagers started their final semester of high school this month.
And with the pandemic still looming, students setting their sights on college won't get the traditional spring tour others have received. Ari Bruckman shows us how a local school is bringing the campus to them.
One of the big projects that we're currently working on is we're revamping our virtual campus tour. And so we're wanting that to roll out coming this fall.
Coronavirus has created uncertainty across the state line over the last 10 months. For high school seniors, thinking about college can cause stress and anxiety, especially when they can't visit campuses. Like many, Rock Valley College suspended in-person campus tours, leaving students with little information for a life-changing decision. Dean of Enrollment and Retention Sam Morgan says they're trying to adapt.
We're still trying to bridge that connection to our institution by doing kind of weekly webinars. In the fall, we hosted a curbside with admissions where we set up kind of like a drive-in movie. They came, parked, we were able to have some Q&A and provide some general overview of the college.
Lindsay Aragwin and Matthew Heidkamp are seniors at Boylan Catholic High School. They believe having no in-person tours makes their decision more challenging.
All I can really do is look at their website, and I can do Google Meets with them.
It's very different from what I thought it was going to be. It's been a lot of virtual meetings, virtual tours, which really are hard because they don't give you exactly what you want.
Morgan has worked in higher education for 9 years. He says RVC has a great support system in place to help students feel better about their decision.
I know it's a real nerve-wracking time, but we do have supports in place. We've been setting up kind of individualized webinars for specific schools by high school, really focusing on that graduating class and being able to answer any questions that they may have.
In Rockford, for your home team, I'm Ari Bruckman.
A Machesney Park home fills with smoke after a garbage can catches fire. It happened around 6 this morning on Stonington Way. Harlem Roscoe firefighters were called to the scene after the homeowners reported smoke coming from the basement. Crews worked to put the fire out and keep the flames from spreading. Investigators label the fire an accident. They think it was likely started by smoking materials tossed into the trash. Rockford City leaders launch a new program aimed at ending the cycle of family violence. The nationally recognized Step Up program is new to the Forest City. Juveniles who have committed minor crimes will be considered for Step Up, which is an alternative to the court system. Organizers with Rockford Family Peace Center say curriculum isn't just about the young people involved.
We can connect that family because it is vital that we are working not only with the child, but with the family. Effective change comes from working with the entire unit, not just the child.
Step Up includes 21 weekly sessions for kids and their guardians.
A group of state line real estate agents voiced their support for a Rockford referendum. Rockford area Realtors donated $10,000 to the Rebuild Rockford infrastructure campaign. Next month, voters will decide whether to extend the city's current 1% sales tax. The campaign's manager says realtors support the referendum because they want high-quality roads for the people they work to bring into the city.
Part of a person's reason to come to a certain area is going to be looking at the services that they receive for their tax dollars, the conditions, the environment, the neighborhoods. And so this revenue source, this tool, allows the city to make massive investments.
The consolidated election is on February 23rd. Luck strikes in Maryland after a historic $730 million Powerball jackpot is claimed. And while the winner isn't from the state line, a small store in Freeport just might sell the next lucky ticket. Ever since a winning ticket was sold at Horizon Supermarket in 2005, hopefuls from around the country flocked there to press their luck. Back then, the winner cashed in on $37.5 million. Horizon owner Sharon Coury says you could be next.
When we sold the first one, it was a $4 quick pick. So you could either get a quick pick, just need one lucky one. So I would say get a few, get your own numbers, maybe you're lucky, and then also let the computer generate some for you.
The Mega Millions jackpot is still up for grabs with $970 million on the line. That drawing will happen at 10 tomorrow night.
Clean hands, open doors. That's the Rockford Art Museum's motto as staff members welcome visitors back inside after being closed for months under state COVID guidelines. RAM reopened today with safety precautions in place. Masks are required. Capacity is limited to 25 people. Temperature checks will be completed at the door. The museum's open from 10 a.m. to 5, Thursdays through Sundays. Coming up at 6, RAM's executive director shares what you can expect during your visit. And you'd be hard-pressed to remember the last time you saw a movie in a theater. That all changes this week when AMC locations reopen their doors. Rockford's Showplace 16 will resume showtimes tomorrow. Machesney Park's theater is set to reopen next Friday. The company says capacity is limited to 25%. Enhanced cleaning measures will be in place.
President Joe Biden aims to make good on his campaign promise that more COVID-19 relief will be on the way.
The nation's newly sworn-in leader is pushing Congress to pass a nearly $2 trillion package, but Republicans say parts of that plan are out of reach. D.C.'s Raquel Martin is keeping you connected to the nation's capital.
We have more work to do.
Illinois Senator Dick Durbin says with President Joe Biden now securely in the White House and the Senate flipped blue, Democrats are eager to pass another sweeping COVID relief deal.
Let's take this seriously. Let's help the businesses, help the workers, help the families.
And with death rates skyrocketing, Durbin says he fears the crisis will worsen if Congress fails to pass President Biden's proposed $1.9 trillion plan.
We have to face the reality that we may have darker days ahead.
We will get through this.
The plan extends unemployment benefits, boosts money for vaccine distribution, and increases the minimum wage. It also includes another round of direct stimulus checks. But Republicans are already pushing back.
I suspect the whole package is a non-starter.
Although he doesn't support it as a whole, Missouri Senator Roy Blunt says he wants to find common ground.
There's some things in there that aren't going to happen. There's some things that can happen, and that's how this process should work.
Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley also wants to see more relief, but said in a statement that non-targeted relief checks and a $15 minimum wage would, quote, undermine the bill's own good intention.
He is no stranger to the process of bill making.
At her first press conference, new White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki defended the plan.
It was laid out as his proposal based on recommendations from economists, recommendations from health experts,
but called on Congress to strike a final deal. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
Now, your first warned weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Nice to be able to see that sunshine for a second day in the row today, but we're starting to get a little more cloud cover moving in from the north. As you can see on our Mercy House Skytrack camera now out in Freeport, looking to the north, a mostly cloudy sky, and we will continue to see that cloud cover increase over the next couple of hours. Those clouds associated with a cold front, our second cold front that is going to come through here later this evening. Now, not a lot of activity along that front currently, but not going to rule out maybe a flurry or two here as we go through this evening. But what you are going to notice is the chill that sets in. Take note of the temperatures back behind that. We're at 36 here in Rockford, but you go a little bit further upstream and temperatures dropping into the teens and even the single digits. So as that cold front comes through, which will likely be about 10 o'clock this evening, that's when we could see a couple of flurries that would last through the overnight. Our winds will help filter in that colder air. Temperatures tonight drop down to 12, but with that wind chills tomorrow morning will start off below zero. We'll see sunshine for tomorrow afternoon, but we're not going to warm up much. In fact, high temperatures near 20, and we've got those single-digit chills. For most of us right now, we're in the 30s, low to mid 30s. Sandy, our weather watcher in the Kirkland Fairdale area, checking in with 34 degrees. Windy, but not as windy as what it was yesterday. So that's some good news. Benner Weather Watcher in South Beloit, 36 degrees, and a dew point temperature now sitting at 23. 37 for Bob here on the southeast side of Rockford, and also a dew point temperature of 23. No precipitation for us today. And outside of a couple of flurries that come through this evening, we are going to stay dry. Next couple of days will stay dry. In fact, we'll see plenty of sunshine as we go through the afternoon tomorrow. But as high pressure settles right in overhead tomorrow night, this sets the stage for a very cold start on Saturday. Winds are going to be light, so that is the benefit to that. But temperatures Saturday morning could come close to zero, and I would not be surprised if there's a couple areas that even fall back below zero. But we've got to talk about a weekend storm system that'll bring us a couple rounds of some snowfall potential here starting for Saturday night. Couple areas of low pressure to watch. Looks like the southern one maybe a little bit more on the stronger side. Really kind of how those two lows merge together, which one becomes the strongest is going to be key, and exactly what we get, especially towards the latter half here of the weekend. So we are going to see some snow come in late Saturday evening and overnight into Sunday. That is a given. This could give us a couple inches of snow by Sunday afternoon. This model in particular kind of strengthens that low pressure system, that southern low, brings that low into central Illinois, and a swath of some decent snow, 6+ inches, just a little bit to our south during the day on Monday. If that low pressure system falls a little bit further to the south, it's going to take that heavier snowfall with it, as this particular model indicates, and more of that heavy snow going to stay in central Illinois. So we've got a couple inches coming up here Saturday into Sunday, and then we could see another swath of some heavier snowfall setting up anywhere from central to northern Illinois. So that's something to watch. There's an ice potential with that, but right now that looks to be focused more in central Illinois, where temperatures will be warming very close to that freezing mark. We should be cold enough to kind of keep that from happening, but something to keep an eye on. So 20 degrees tomorrow, 21 on Saturday, 31 on Sunday. Again, the day we're watching for more of an impact would be Monday. Temperatures, guys, stay in the upper 20s and low 30s into next week.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Lepper.
It's obvious from the Blackhawks' 0-5 start that this season it's all about developing the young guys, and it's all about finding out if they have a goaltender on this roster who can become a legitimate starting goaltender in the NHL. So far, though, we've seen Malcolm Subban in goal once, Colin Delia in goal twice, Kevin Lankinen in goal once. All three of them have allowed 5 goals in each appearance. That is not encouraging. Jeremy Colleton's strategy is to give all 3 of these guys ice time. Give them all a chance, make it a wide open competition, and see which one of them gets hot. I'm all for competition. The problem with that is, in this case, any goaltender will tell you that he needs regular game action to develop a rhythm, to get his eyes adjusted to tracking the puck, and to get comfortable. By rotating all 3 goaltenders, Colleton will be doing more harm than good. Not to mention the fact that each goalie will feel that every time he gets out there, he has to come up big, or he might not see the ice for another week or more. Colleton needs to pare this goalie competition down to 2 guys. Which 2? I'd go with Subban and Delia for now. Lankinen will be back here in Rockford with the Ice Hogs when they start up, staying sharp with regular ice time. Well, the Packers got some disturbing news this morning. Their former general manager and current team advisor, Ted Thompson, died last night after an illness. He was 68. He was the Packers GM from 2005 through 2017. How successful was he? Well, for starters, he's the guy who drafted Aaron Rodgers. That was Thompson's very first draft pick. Based on that alone, Thompson would have to be considered a rousing success. He saw something in Rodgers that 23 other NFL teams didn't see. And even though the Packers didn't have a need at quarterback because of Brett Favre, Thompson still took Rodgers, solidifying another decade plus of winning football in Titletown. Thompson also hit big on most of his other top draft picks. A.J. Hawk, Jordy Nelson, Clay Matthews Jr., Brian Bulaga, and Kenny Clark were a few of them. His best mid-round picks were David Bakhtiari in the 4th round in 2013 and Aaron Rodgers in the 5th round in 2017. And Thompson's also the guy who drafted Dean Lowry. He had some early round misses too, like Justin Harrell, Derek Sherrod, and Dayton Jones, but overall, Thompson did better than average of drafting players. He also had a few big free agent signings sprinkled in there, the biggest being Charles Woodson. So while it's the players who will be remembered by Packer fans for years to come, It's Ted Thompson, who also deserves a tip of the hat for helping the Packers have sustained success. That's my take. We'll be right back.
Our first warning interactive radar this evening might show a couple of flurries flying through the sky later tonight, but watching the potential for some more snow as we head into the latter half of the weekend.
All right, thanks, Candace.
And thank you for watching. Stay safe.